Well, to the detriment of all, I am a man of my word. We're back with part 2, looking at the accessories of the Revoltech New Movie Edition Evangelions 01 and 02. Now, the piles are what I think I remember getting with them. These guys aren't worth researching, but I'm fairly certain that this is where they came with per Evangelion in these piles. So yes, the red you see over here and the purple you see over here are not mistakes to try to get you to buy both toys, which sadly worked on me. They gave cross-pollination of accessories. So we'll start with Unit 1, because his number comes first and he's so much more popular. He comes with the standard pallet rifle. It's okay detailed. It looks kind of squished, like Unit 1 Glory stomped it for a little while, but it serves. We've got Unit 1's progressive knife. Nice evil Bowie knife. Heavy, does the job whenever Shinji can work up the courage to actually use the blasted thing correctly. I like just the line of silver at the edge. That's actually a pretty good touch, so I'll give props there. And then you get stuff for Unit 2. You have Unit 2's shoulder boosters from the second renewal, revival, rebirth of Evangelion movies. You know, you cannot advance. Yeah, that one. So these go on to Unit 2's shoulders the same way that the regular shoulder binders do. These little holes right there, clipping to the sides. And I do believe, not certain, but I do believe it came with Unit 2's flight forearms. And so for these, you just pull off the hands of Unit 2, slide the forearms off, and put these in their place. And both of them come with the little orange box, which has apparently become quite the staple of Revoltech's. Just that I don't buy that many of them doesn't mean I would keep an eye on them. And you get an assortment of things. You have the umbilical cable, which I'll admit is always fun to get with an Eva. You know, and this goes in that hole in the back that I thought a stand was supposed to go into. And it still takes some force, but it goes. So yeah, there's Unit 1 with its umbilical cable all curled up, looking to the sky, confused, wondering why he shoves something up his spine, and an assortment of hands. Oh, the hands. So many freaking hands. So we have kind of a vague holding, pointing hand. We have I want to catch something hands. We have I shoot you hands. We have really trying to catch you hands. The major difference here is the back of it compared to the other hand that looks similar. Actually, no, these are the same hand. Why do we have 4 of the same hand? Oh, these are catching hands. These are like, I'm gonna claw you hands. Yeah. Huge difference there, guys. Thank you for those little touches. For reasons unknown, we have a karate chop band. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, sorry. This is the shooting hand. This is actually the I stab you hand for holding the prog knife. Silly, silly me. Can you tell how much time I spend with these guys? Yeah. Put those away. Unit 2 has the exact same hands, just painted in Unit 2's colors. So I'm not going to show them off again because that would be redundant as heck. Again, pallet rifle. Exact same thing. Unit 2 comes with its progressive knife. It doesn't look quite as hardy as Unit 1's, but I guess it'll do. I think the red just kind of looks silly, the way they applied it. It doesn't seem all that great. You have Unit 2's spike crossbow? I'm not entirely positive what this is. It launches like rail spikes. Looks kind of neat. It's pretty big. Can't argue with that. You have Unit 2's fireman axe, which is so very utterly plain. But it's a fireman's axe. And you could chop people, I guess. Unit 2 comes with these little alternate shoulder pieces of its own, so you can pretend it just slid out its prog knives. Got 2 of them, one for each shoulder. That's kind of neat. And then you get accessories for Unit 1. In the case of the... Look, I don't remember the names. I could pronounce them if I knew them. But these are basically Unit 1's progressive swords. And they never showed up in any animated media thus far. We're kind of hoping they'll show up in the, you know, revival movies. But you get the big one, and you get the little one. And it's kind of depressing that these are the best accessories they give you. These actually look pretty damn sweet. So, give me 1 second, and I'll let you guys have a peek at the Evangelions with some accessories on. And hopefully they'll suck a little less. I wouldn't count on it. And so we're back, and here you can see them with a couple of accessories in hand. I cut that out specifically because finding the right hand, shoving things in there, swapping hands, and putting them into something resembling a pose is not the greatest. And like I said, it's really hard to save toys that I don't like this much. The weapons are not in here very well. Unit 1's, this particular sword holding hand for the awesome looking swords is too loose to actually hold the sword properly, so unless the angle is just right, it'll just keep rotating forever. There's no pressure involved here. Oh sure, now it's making me look like a fool and staying in place. And oh look, I nudged Unit 2, the ultimate sin, and it toppled over. So, yeah, we're not doing fantastic here. Ugh. God, I hate these things. So, let's just do a little bit of size comparison so that I can end this farce. Oh, thank God. So, there we go. A mostly vertical Unit 2, who's roughly the same size as Unit 1. We can bring back our old friends, Skywarp. So they're a little bit taller than a deluxe class Transformer like this. We can bring back our last little star, the real Great Gundam, who puts them to shame, which is actually kind of frightening. And that's how big they are. They're not very big, but whereas the Gundam feels fragile because he's a model, and you know, that's kind of a valid excuse. You built him, he's not made out of the same level of plastic. These things, these Revoltechs, just feel disturbingly fragile. The plastic feels almost like you can bend or crush it. It feels like a very cheap it's nothing like what I could throw Skywarp across the room and there's a 50-50 shot he'll be fine. These guys would probably explode. Alright, I do not like the way Revoltechs feel. Their plastic is almost slimy. It's actually somewhat offensive to handle. So, you know, that's it. There is no hope for Evangelion fans. You'll never get a proper Evangelion, at least not at that price point. On the other hand, if you're willing to spend a little bit more, you can get something truly awe-inspiring and epic. That, my friends, is an Evangelion. These are, I don't care if they're official or not, these feel like knockoffs compared to something like this. The majesty, the fluidity, and of course, because Ava's is supposed to be big, the size. Get him vertical, and he just towers right over these little Revoltechs. And unlike them, he's really not that hard to stand. Look, just get his feet flattened, he's good to go. So, get him up nice and close, and yeah, Unit 2's head is barely coming up to my next review's chest. So, just so people don't think that I'm an Ava-hating fan, tune in next time. We will go from looking at crappy Evangelions to looking at high-quality Evangelions. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. And don't buy Revoltechs unless you're absolutely desperate for a figure. They just don't work. Go find Robot Damashi. I've heard better things about them. See you guys next time.